Kate.
And I'm Cheryl, and together
We are
Fickle.
Stitches.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Well, today is, oh gosh, I don't have the date on this. Oh, there it is.
It's May 20th.
May 20th, yes. We are a little out of our normal 2-week schedule due to technical difficulties, but we think we've got it figured out, and so we got a little extra stitching to throw in there, and I think it's going to be awesome. So how have you been these last couple of weeks?
Been good. It's allergy season. Yeah, the trees are trying to kill me.
I see the things floating in the air from the trees in the green belt behind my house, and I'm like, the pox upon you.
Yesterday I went out to get the mail and it was windy, and there's a maple tree 2 houses down, and the helicopter things were coming off of it and were hitting me in the face with like force because it was so windy. And I was like, okay, I'm going back in the house.
See, Canadians can be impolite sometimes. All of our maple trees are just assault.
I know they are. Assault with a helicopter weapon.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I know, I hear you. It's been a eventful 3 weeks since we last filmed. For me, a friend of ours, we went to watch his graduation in South Dakota. He is now a certified registered nurse anesthetist.
You got it right.
I mean, technically he's a doctor, but it's a lot. Yeah, whatever. So it was really cool. He's been pursuing this path for 10 years now. 9 years ago, he got his associate's degree, and we were at that graduation. It was about the same time. So it was really, really cool to see him finally get this done. And so now he's going to be working back here in Tulsa, and it's pretty cool. So we had that going on. So we got to see the rolling hills of Nebraska and Iowa and South Dakota, and it was a part of the country I hadn't really I had not been in Iowa yet. Yeah, we had gone up through South Dakota to get to North Dakota in the middle of January, which is a different feeling altogether than spring. So yeah, whew, that was a very adventurous road trip, that one in January, that's for sure. But anyway, so yeah, so it's just been work and some stitching, and my house is getting some flooring, and yeah, so it's been a busy couple weeks. So anyways, so we are a channel about cross stitching and our love for cross stitch, and so we're just going to get right into it. Hello to our new people that may have started watching, thanks to our friend Memphis Sarah E.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. That was a very, very sweet shout out.
Yes, she did a recap of her her time at the Steel City Stitchers Retreat, which you were able to go, and you got to meet her in person. And from what you said, that she is as sweet in person as she is on her videos. And,
she is.
And but she, at the end of her most recent video, she talked a lot about us and her channel, and we really appreciate that. It was really, really kind. We're still pretty new to this, and we don't have as far a range of viewers or whatever, and that's okay. We're doing this because we just want to be kind of part of the community and keep track of the stuff that we've done. It's a nice video. It's a nice video record. So for other people have talked about us, but yeah, she went on for a good 5-10 minutes, and it was like, oh, that's really kind, thank you. So thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, so what else am I looking at here? Questions, yes. We've been getting some questions lately, which is so much fun. So we like to hear what you have to say. So I do believe this week's question is for you.
It is Candy, right?
Yes.
All right. So Candy, the 614 Stitcher, asked me, do I grid all my projects or how do I decide to grid? I do not grid all my projects. This is an example of a gridded project. It is a semi-full coverage, and since I'm using a colored fabric, because I said it's semi-full, so there are parts that are going to show through, I really wanted that blue color to come through, so I had to grid it, because otherwise I'm not doing a full coverage unless it's on an easy count fabric. It's confusing. So I discovered gridding when I discovered the YouTube Flosstube. And I did a couple projects, gridded them. My dragon, Midnight Hunting, I don't remember which dragon I did many years ago, but I remember was doing the border, and it was not gridded, and I came all the way around 3 sides, started to come down the top, and I was off by like 5 rows.
No!
And I hated my life. And could not figure it out for the life of me how to fix it, fudge it, or do something with it. And I raged through it in the trash.
Like the whole thing?
Yeah,
the whole
thing. Yeah. What was I going to do with it?
No, well, I get it. It's just, that must have been heartbreaking.
Yeah. So I believe I raged through the pattern in the trash too, because when I decided I wanted to look at doing them again, I had to hunt eBay for them. So I only contemplated doing the dragons again when I discovered gridding, and I was like, I will not screw this up again.
Yeah.
And I have not. So the dragons are gridded. Mythical creatures Stitch Along is gridded.
So not necessarily things that are full coverage, but ones that you're moving around a lot and you want to make sure.
Go from piece to piece. Sometimes mystery Stitch Alongs I'll grid because you're gonna be moving around and you kind of want to just stay where you are. Stiachalong, I grid the Stiachalongs.
Right.
Because she gives you piecemeal, like 10 stitches over here and 20 stitches over there. And you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'd like to not have to count as hard.
Yeah, exactly. So what threads do you use to do the gridding?
Sulky? This shiny sulky stuff.
Like, a specific count?
I have no idea. I don't know. I bought like 3 colors when I started and haven't gotten to the end of them yet. So.
Okay. Do you find one color is easier to see than the other?
Yes. I have blue or black on Ravenclaw. I don't know. Anyway, this is the first time I'd used the gold. Don't recommend using the gold to grid your fabric because it reflects the light from your lamp and it's annoying.
And you don't think about that, right? You don't think about until it's like, oh dear God, oh
dear God, I've spent how many hours gridding this thing and I'm not redoing it.
So you don't necessarily do it on small ones. You do it for ones that are bigger. It's all bigger ones. Yeah.
The Stiach ones are the smallest ones I have gridded.
Right.
But do I own small projects, Cheryl? No.
I kind of air quoted that in my mind.
Okay. But the dragons are mediums. But the top end of mediums are like 2 stitches away from being larges.
Right. So you don't necessarily. Do you like using easy grid fabric?
I really have only started using it in the last year. And I'm it's encouraging me to start some more full coverage, and I just trying to smack my hands and say no.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I like it, but I have to also remember, I have to write myself a note every time. The gray line, what is it, stitch 1 or stitch 10?
Yeah.
Whereas with the gridding, I don't have to know that because it runs between.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in between the squares. Yeah.
in between. Yeah. So it's not a whole square that's gray.
Right. Gotcha.
Um,
And you do
oh my,
yours in grids of 10 by 10, right?
I grid 10 by 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the question you may not want to answer because it causes you to think about it. How long does it take you to grid one of the sizes you typically do by your
More than I
like?
want it to.
Well, considering the amount of time you're putting into it, it's a small amount, but even still, it is. I'm surprised how long it takes you, but I can understand why because you're
The
counting, right?
first set of lines you put in, because you're doing all the lines one way before you
Mm-hmm.
flip the project and do all the lines the other way.
Right.
uh, you have to be meticulous with your counting.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have an error. So I'm counting like 3 times. Is this right? Is this right? Is this right? And then when I get done with that row, I move up to the next row, and then I'm like, okay, I'll randomly go. Is this the same number of stitches from the
Mm-hmm.
previous row? And check it and check
Yeah.
it and check it. And I may only put in 3 or 4 rows in a night and be like, nope, I'm done. I got to stitch.
Yeah. So that's something you want to, if you know that you're going to start something like that and want to pre-grid, that's a pro tip right there. Don't do it all in one night.
I feel seen because I need to grid fabric for a start that I want to do for next month. And I'm almost ready to the point of like, maybe I don't want to start that next month. Maybe I want to start that some other time.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because the fabric is going to be, the one I showed you was 200 by 200 or
Right.
201 by 210 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The next one's like 250 something by 3 something.
Yeah. So it may be like, on like struggle bus pieces that you have to kind of break it up and say, okay, if I can get 1 row of gridding in or 2 rows of gridding in a night and then put it aside so that it's not so painful. Or I mean,
Yes.
it's just, it's not necessarily painful. It's just it can be stressful, like counting and recounting. It's
Mm-hmm.
not relaxing, which is what I
It's
know that.
not fun.
No,
It's necessary, but it's not fun.
no, it's not. And if you've had a hard day, the last thing you want to do is get yourself more frustrated doing something
Yes.
like gridding or backstitching. So it's good to cut it up. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's awesome. Well, that's good to know. I've always been interested in that because, like I was telling you, well, the last time we tried to film, long story, um, I did not grow up or I did not have access to Easy Grid fabric. And I honestly don't know how long Easy Grid has been in existence, right? I don't even know when
Mm-hmm.
they started bringing that out. I mean, you had the pre-stamped fabric or the pre-stamped things, but I didn't even think about it. Wasn't even something I I knew to do. So I can understand why. So I've always been comfortable counting, but I spend a lot of time counting to make sure I don't make a mistake. So it
Mm-hmm.
does give you peace of mind for sure. I can totally see, like after having the experience you did with that dragon and putting all that time and energy and effort into something that where there's no way of fudging it to make it work and having to let it
Yeah.
go. I can understand why people want to have the grid. I get it. I totally get it. I've just never ever used it, but I don't know. I've been toying with the idea of using it and see if that would help, or change how I would stitch something. So, something to think about.
It makes it very easy on this one. I'm just flying around. I
Mm,
pick a color and then I just fly around. This is the page. I'm
yeah.
working on the page. So I'm just zipping around because I find the box that it's the colors in that Pattern Keeper tells me, and I'm like, boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
move to the next one. Boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop.
Yeah, it's something to think about for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a cretin and I don't use Pattern Keeper yet. Or any sort of electronic marking or however you want to call it, tracking. And so I got to get that figured out first and then I'll move to. I don't know.
Not everything goes in Pattern Keeper. We've had this discussion about
Yeah.
there are some quirks with long dog samplers that were not found until after you had made the errors.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There would be certain ones I would just never put it in Pattern Keeper and stay with
Yeah.
paper. But yeah. So okay. Well, I think that's very interesting. So thank you for the question, Candy.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And if there's anything that you guys are interested in, please ask, because it helps us. It's like, oh, I never even thought about that, or why do I do that? So it's been kind of nice to have questions. So thank you very much, everybody. Okay, so let's start in on some stitchings, shall we?
We shall.
We shall. Kate,
Starts.
do you have some starts?
I do.
Woo.
And Cheryl will be popping pictures in of what they look like.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Here's a new start. Since we've been showing it.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, foreshadowing. It's an otter. It's called Otterly Adorable.
So cute.
By Paine Free Crafts. This is an 18 count Ada from Crazy Hamster on Stash Unloading.
Nice.
I love the color. I think it looks like ocean, dark ocean. And the whole upper left corner is not stitched.
You'll see that in the picture we post. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So I started this on May 5th.
Nice.
And I'm chugging along on this page. Well, it's a page and a little bit more. It's like, I don't know, 12 or something stitches over. But I'm just like, I put it in my morning stitching because I wanted to at least get a page done on it before I put it away.
Right.
And I stitched, I had to re-add the numbers.
Sorry.
Since we had another week.
Yes.
1,669 stitches on this.
Nice.
So that is my otter.
Those browns are showing up really nice on that blue.
Good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So a second start I had this a couple days ago.
Nice.
This is actually part of my haul, but it's a start. So this is Heimdallr. Insert photo here. From Carolyn Manning Designs. This is part of the new Celtic collection she released. This is on 16 count antique white, and I started on May 18th, and here's 205 stitches.
Nice.
It's hard to see. There's two different color blues.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Especially is the first one color and the rest of them another?
Yes. So this one is one color and then the other ones are the other color.
Nice. So on this one you chose not to use Easy Grid.
No, I don't need Orca from Carolyn Manning was my very first Easy Grid fabric, and I got a page done and I was like, I didn't need Easy Grid for this. Once I figured out I was stitching diamonds and then filling in. Yeah. Because I just do the diamonds all the way down, and I never even look at my grid fabric on Orca now. I'm just like, boop, boop, boop.
I know. I'm, when Kate and I first met, and we actually in person, and it was at StitchCon last year, table 2, weekend
Yay,
B.
table 2.
Weekend B. The infamous table 2. I watched you start Tidepool.
Tidepool. Yep.
And it was really interesting to me because at the same time I was working on sea glass. And from the way I approached sea glass was I was doing the full 9x9 square and going. And you go do the diamonds in the middle and fill in the other stuff later. And you were just whipping right along, and I was like, maybe the next time I do a Carolyn Manning, I'm going to have to try doing it your way and see if I like approaching it that way. Because I'm doing opal, the center start out. But yeah, so we'll see. It's just interesting to me. I love seeing how other people approach the same project that I'm stitching on and seeing, oh, maybe that'll work better for how I was approaching it.
I wish I could give somebody credit. I saw it somewhere, somebody doing that, and I was like, the light just went off in my head, and I'm like, that's so freaking easy. Let's just do it this way.
Yeah, exactly right. And then you can go back through and just take one thread and start filling in all the places that it shows up in the triangles. And it's like, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and the spaces in between are 40 stitches. There are 4 blocks of 10 in the pattern, and some of them you're doing this all 40 in one color. Some are 4 different colors, some are 2 different colors, some are 3 different colors, but it is so, it's like, okay, this color goes in this thing, and I just boom.
Yeah, you don't have to rethread, you don't have to keep, like I was, there's
a particular pattern to the way she does things, and you can be like, okay, these 2 are this color, and then I know they go around.
Yep.
In the
just
same.
Keep on going. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm curious to see. I've tried 2 different methods so far on Carol Manning designs. One was do block by block by block, and then I'm doing the center start. And now I might try one, start with the diamonds, fill in, and see which way I like the best. So, anyways, there you go.
Well, I do think you have one start coming up with her.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
All right. Your turn.
Some reason,
start your starts.
For some reason, I thought you had more starts. Okay, here I go.
Nope. I have a crap ton of finishes. That's what it was.
All right. Oh, we should just, okay, we'll do that later. Okay. So for those of you who are new to us, you may or may not know that to celebrate my 50th birthday, I've started a thing called 50 and 50 for 50. So basically I'm starting a big and a small project once a week from my birthday in 2022 until my birthday in October in 2023. So I provide a lot of the start content right now. We are going to start off with 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, was the midway point of this little initiative. And so for the large start, number 26, which is the halfway point, I had a very specific pattern set aside, and I picked Blueberry by Sengi Stitch. I picked Blueberry for one because it is an absolutely gorgeous pattern. It is a gorgeous pattern stitched up. Our friend Matt at NBC Stitcher, when we first met him on Virtual Stitchers group on Zoom, he was stitching on it, and I was immediately drawn to the blue dress. Immediately. And I became vaguely obsessed with it. Threatened to steal it out of his house, all the things. And when I started planning what I would start for this birthday start-a-thon, I knew that this one was going to be part of it, and I deliberately picked it for the halfway mark. I also wanted to have this in my house, so my godchildren had some representation in my house, in the decorations of my house, particularly my goddaughter, Maggie. So, and she's very reminiscent of the beautiful women of Kenya that I met when I was there in high school. So it brings back a lot of great memories for me. And there you go. So Sengi Stitch, Rachel Moore of Sengi Stitch is on Etsy, so you can get that there. There's a series of them. I think there's watermelon, and there's another one. I can't remember. But this is the one that I was drawn to immediately. So this is blueberry. So I started it, and I really hope you can see this, on 40 count Verdal Bee Stitch Me called Ledger.
It's showing up. Yep, you can see the blue in it.
Oh, good. I love the color variations in it, and I played with the orientation of the fabric until I had it situated to highlight the figure the best. So this is how much I was able to get. This is 40 count, 1/1, using the Call for DMC. I started her hair.
Up. There we go. Perfect.
There, so you can see. This Verdal is a dream to stitch on. And yeah. So for me, a start in this case is 2 hours minimum start, or at least 200 stitches, one or the other. And so I was able to start that. Okay, so then the next one I started, oh, that wasn't good planning. I'm gonna move that there. Okay, the next one was Hello Spring by Plum Street Samplers. It's kind of cute. There you go.
Kind of primmy.
Yes, primmy. I like the color palette. It's not pink. So there you go.
How you feel about pink. Cheryl does not like pink.
I am not a fan of the pink. Sorry. And so I started this on 40 count linen. Now, my piece was labeled alabaster, and I found out when I was double checking to see who made this fabric, they now call it, it's Zweigart, they now call it Silver Moon. And so this is 40 count. It's, you can't really tell in this light. It's like a, well, it literally is like a silvery gray white. So I was able to get the top tendril done in the first flower as my start. I'm using the
That's pretty.
Thank you. I'm using the called for colors with the exception of the rabbit. The rabbit is called for, and you can see the color here. It's fairly semi-dark. It calls for bunny honey. And so I got some bunny honey, and I realized it is pale. It is more, I don't know, the ghost of bunny honey than it is. So I've swapped in for that particular one. I'm swapping in the DMC recommended color so that it is more of a brown that will show up. So there you go. So that one I put in, this is just a little over 200 stitches. Okay. Then, and I started that one May 8th, I think it was. Then the next one I started, part of the smalls that I am doing. I really love Christmas. Christmas is my jam. And one of the things I wanted to do as part of this birthday start-a-thon along, whatever you want to call it, excuse me, was start the Hometown Holiday series by Little House Needleworks. Right now we're up to, I think she's got 23 or 24 of them, and I wanted to start them and eventually turn them into flat folds and turn them into a Christmas village. And so we're now on to chart number 11, which is Schoolhouse. So the running joke is that Cheryl has been stitching a lot of roofs. a lot of roofs. The good thing is this one isn't like roof. Pitch gable, but yeah, I didn't work on this part. I just worked on the center. So it's pretty cute. I'm doing it on 40 count lamb's wool linen, 1/2, and I'm using the call for threads. And this is how far I was able to get on this one. Love the red.
So good.
Love the red. Love the little bell.
Much better than a flat roof.
Oh, yeah. For sure. It's like, oh, yay, I get to do some wall. Okay. So that was started on May the 12th. So then the next one, like I alluded to these last 3 weeks, I haven't had the chance to stitch a whole lot. The first week was because the area that I'm sitting in is my dining room area. We had to rip out the floor in the dining room kitchen area because there was a leak. And so we had to push all the furniture into the living room, so I had no place to really stitch or see because I need a magnifying lamp. And so that whole week was kind of kaputs. And then this past week, I've been dealing with a lot of fatigue. So the time that I normally stitch during the week in the evenings, I was really, really tired all this week. I don't know why. So I usually ended up going to bed really early, which is out of the norm for me. So I didn't get a whole lot of stitching done. But I was able to start my next full coverage, which is this one. Now this one is a oldie but goodie. Oldie. It is called Fishing Boats by Boyd Designs. It's an adaptation from an antique postcard, which was circa 1910. The postcard was a copy of a painting by a French painter that they could figure out he lived between 1873 and 1939. So anyways, I remember buying this when I used to work at Stitchworks, which was a brick and mortar cross-stitch store here in Tulsa. I used to work there for a little bit, and I was drawn to this and I bought it. But it is old school, like, yeah, it's all DMC. And, but it's going to be pretty. It reminds me of home, the fog at home. So anyways, so I started that one, and I started at top right corner. And fortunately in this one, there's not a whole lot of, there's big chunks of color that you can do and then do the confetti around it. So I was able to I started in the top left corner. So this is 22 count Hardanger, white Hardanger, or Ada, I guess you could. And this is all one beige color, beige brown. And so this is about 250 stitches. I know it doesn't look that way, but I promise it is. Or is it? Oh, I might have added that up wrong. It doesn't matter. But I got the corner started.
Yay.
Yay. And then my last start was one that I started last night. Again, this is another oldie but goodie. This pattern, when was it? Oh, 2000. This one I have had kitted up forever, and it's just been sitting. Again, this is from when I worked at Stitchworks, when Stitchworks was a brick and mortar shop. And I really hope you can see it. If not, I will do a closer up view of it and insert it about here. But this is called Sweet Nothings. Judy Whitman, JBW Designs, did a series called Sweet Nothings. And this one is called To the Sea. So I'm going to bring it as close as I can without it being too... Can you get an idea of it, Kate?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like a little sampler. But it's got ocean and lighthouses, which of course is my jam because I grew up near the ocean. So that's it. I started it last night, and I was able to get the red fishies done across the top border. I'm doing this on 32 count cream Belfast linen. So these are the red fish that are across the top. I'm second guessing this. I'm worried about the white. This is definitely cream, so it might work, but
there are a bunch of different whites. You can always trial and error.
Yeah.
Which one you...
Yeah. If the first... Because there's another row of fish that go down across the bottom. Those are the ones I'm worried about. But we'll see. But I got a nice little start on that one too.
You could even turn the fish, I don't know, pale blue or something.
Yeah. In the pattern... The fish eyes are blue and the fish themselves are white, and you just gave me, yeah, I'll just reverse it. Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome.
So yeah, that's why we do this, because I would sit there and overthink that and stress about the white, and Kate's like, why don't you reverse the colors? Well, there you go. That works perfectly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh gosh.
My usual fee, please. You can PayPal
me. Send an invoice to my PayPal.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all of the starts for this week.
Okay.
Let's do some finishes, please.
Did you have any finishes? No. Okay. I will carry this portion. All right. So and Cheryl's not going to insert a picture because you're going to see what it is.
That's exactly right.
Yes. So this first one is a New World Part 2 called Plentiful Meadows from Barbara Anna Designs. This is on 16 count dirty using the called for DMC. I started on December 27th, 2021. I finished on April 30th, 2023.
Nice.
703 stitches took to finish it.
Look at that. I love the color palette. It's the teal makes it cheerful and pop.
The teal with the orange, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, over the other way. Boom. Nice.
There.
Very nice.
So this is a 5-part series. I have 1 and 2 done. I don't know when I'm going to start 2, 3. I have the fabric for it, but...
The chickens are enjoyable.
Yes, they are. All right, the next 4 are page finishes, because we celebrate.
Yes, we do. Because Mama over there stitches on very big things, so a page finish is awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, I needle minder magnet issue.
No problem.
All right. The next is Orca from Carolyn Manning Designs. It's on 16 count easy guide fabric using the called for DMC floss, and I had a page finish.
Yes, you did. Nice.
So, boop.
Boop.
So there are 2 more pages across, and then there are 3 pages along the bottom that are very, very small pages, like I don't know, maybe 30 stitches down.
Mm-hmm.
They are small. And since I was out, I'm using Carolyn Manning's this month for the mental health care stitch along
Right.
from Candy the 614 Stitcher, because stitching Carolyn Manning's is very zen to me. I'm also using it for Manning May Sal, and
Yes.
that's from Cam the Stitcher and I believe Marjorie Maid. All right, so
Yes.
here's Tidepool.
Yeah,
Page finish
Tidepool.
on Tidepool. And so on Orca, I stitched 2,530 stitches to get that page finish. On Tidepool, I stitched 2,090 stitches to
Yeah,
get
you
that
did.
page finish. The next page finish I had was Elemental Icons, Earth,
Mm-hmm.
by artwork by Ann Stokes, charted by Paine Free Crafts. This is on a 20 count, easy count. And I'm looking to find it. Where did I? 2,616 stitches.
Oof.
And it is not going to be that exciting.
There you go.
I
Love it.
swear the second page actually has 3 colors in it, but you're not going to see that.
Yes, but the easy grid fabric makes it easy to see how big that square is.
Yes. It's a 50 by 50 square, so it's 2,500.
Yeah.
And if you see, I've exceeded the page finish because I feather out on.
Yes,
I do
that
cross
too.
country because I don't like the lines.
No, neither do I.
This next page finish is Rhiannon,
Mm-hmm.
from artwork by Jessica Galbraith, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is 25 count white, and my God, I wish they'd had easy grid when I started this 15 plus years ago, and I stitched 545 stitches on her.
And she has hair.
Yep,
Nice.
that page has hair coming in.
Nice.
So the next page is going to get face. There's going to be some face, some eyes.
Face.
So yes, I wish that was on easy count.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my finishes.
Well, most excellent. Most excellent.
Okay. Whips. What do you have for whips?
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, just wait. I have a Braced-in, yeah. All right. Where am I? Oh, here we are. Okay. I'll get myself here. There we go. So, one of the things, I'm also participating in the mental health stitch along with Candy at 614 Stitcher. And the one that I'm choosing to focus on is a pattern that has come to be one that if it's a day where I can't fathom making any more decisions, I can stitch a triangle or I can stitch some beige, and I will get somewhere. I find I make a lot of decisions, especially if it's a very busy day. I make a lot of my brain has to work a lot at my job, and so sometimes something that is quote unquote easy stitching is what helps me the most. And so this is Temperature Quilt. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here, and there we go. All right, so this one is a pretty big mamma jamma. I'm charting the temperatures from my birthday in October, which is this square here, to my birthday in October 2023, which will be a square over here. And I am using 2 temperatures. The top temperature in each block is from where I grew up in Nova Scotia, Canada, and the block, the triangle below, is the temperature where I live here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. So, for the last 3 weeks, what I have done since the last time we showed you, I've worked on bringing more of the beige grid down. All of these are extended down a little bit. And I also started the temperatures for May. And I got to there. What I've decided to do on this in the future for the next little while is I want to get these columns done. All the color in done. And
Okay.
so that I can start working on the bottom border all the way across and bring down this border down. So, so that's what I'm going to do. But it's starting to look really interesting. We're now getting into the warmer times, and so I'm now seeing something other than a blue or a purple.
Yeah, I see orange.
See, orange and yellows. We got some orange and yellows going on here. So, yeah, so it's been really fun to do. There actually have been some days where, like this square right here, both of the temperatures fell in the same color. So sometimes it happens. But I'm using, this is Temperature Quilt by Stitchin Mommy. And I'm using it's one of the more moderate. She gives a bunch of different temperature guides. Ranges. That's the word I was looking for. And so this one is one of the more moderate ones that fits both Nova Scotia and Oklahoma temperatures. So yeah. So for me, some nights all I can think of doing is stitching beige, and other nights I'll be like, I want to see some color, so I'll do some more of the blocks. So yeah, so for me, cross stitching is an important part of my mental health and relaxing and putting some beauty out there in the world. So there you go. Because I work with a lot of brown boxes. So I need to see some color during the day. So there you go. So that is my whip for this week. And I put in over 1,000, almost 1,200 stitches in that since the last time I showed it. So there you go. There. Okay, Kate.
All right.
Are we ready?
So I have some whips.
So for those of you who are not familiar with us, Kate's needle flies like the wind. And so she always has a lot of fun things to look at. So so just take a second, hydrate, pee, do whatever you need to do, settle in, and go.
It's not going to be that bad. Come on. All right.
It's not bad. It's good.
In no particular order, this is Dark Queen of the Earth from Otterly and Stitchery. Yes. It's on 16 count sea salt by Color and Cotton. This is for a category for Struggle Bus because I've been lagging way behind. So I finished all of part 5 and I'm a third of the way through part 6.
Nice.
With 2,267 stitches.
Look at her. Wow.
So, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
Very nice.
I did it.
What part are they on now on this one?
Part 10 comes out in a couple, June 1st.
Okay, no shame.
Yeah. You know what, though? There's so much personalization and stuff that people are doing that I wanted to hang back this time. I'm going to tell myself that's why I'm doing it. I wanted to hang back and just see what people were doing. And,
well, yeah, because you've been telling me all of the different faces.
Yeah.
And
I did finally pick my face and my hair, and comfortable with that decision and I'm ready to go. So the part 6 was only 2,100 stitches, and I'm like, okay, well, that's a lot better than the first couple parts. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not mad at you because I'm glad I watched you and other people do The Haunted Library by Lillicrow, because I have gleaned so many things from different people that when I do that one, I want to incorporate like the glow in the dark white
Yep.
candles, the what you did for the Stephen King shelf. And a couple of other things. So I'm not mad that you are taking your time.
Yes. All right. The next one, I think I was just getting it to its 1,000 because I have a goal of touching all my projects this year because I'm an idiot.
Ambitious. You're ambitious.
I'm ambitious.
There you
Unrealistically unambitious. So this is the Pointed Fifth by Long Dog Samplers. It's on 16 count Silver Mist Ada from Mystic Fibers. She'll show you a picture of what it looks like here.
Yes.
I'm using 2 Silks for You, PR021 and PR109. And I stitched 857 stitches on this. And here we go.
Love it.
And when you pull out your projects to put the 1,000 stitches in, you fall in love again with your projects, and then you have to put them down. So this is a problem.
The 2 silks that you picked, the contrast is just enough. You know what I mean? It's not like,
I don't know if you can see that there's a purple in there too with the blue.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Nice choice.
Really liked it. I messaged Silks for You. I'd picked the first color, and then I was like, I really want a complementary color to this. Can you recommend one? And she did. And I bought it, and I liked it.
That's awesome.
Well, I didn't pull out a project. That's okay.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture of what it looks like where I'm at. This
Which
is
one
Elemental
is it?
Elemental Dragons Air from Ink Circles. Is done on 16 count Lotus from Bestitch Me. I restarted this one, and I'm just using the DMC 550, and I put 1,055 stitches in it. And here's a photo of what it looks like.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I knew I was missing something.
If that's the only one you missed, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I am good with the rest of it.
Okay.
Enchanted Forest from Owl Forest Embroidery. This one is on 16 count Dryad Saddle. This is what it looks like. That fabric is from Fortnite Fabric when they did the mushroom collection, which will absolutely adore those. Using the kit threads because I'm like that. 1,014 stitches. And here we go.
Yes.
So.
Look at the bear.
Yeah, I put the bear in, and then I put a bunch over here.
Yeah. Nice.
I love Owl Forest so much.
Yes, you do. Yes,
okay. You do. This one I stitched on because it had a birthday. This is Cute Vikings from Tiny Modernist, done on a 16 count light blue Ada.
And they live up to their name.
I just did 160 stitches. If it's having a birthday, I try to work on it for something, but I'm hit or miss.
Yeah.
This is for a category. This is Ascent of the Moth Queen from Bella Filipina Designs. It's a Fortnite fabric. I can't remember the name. This was my, has sparkly threads or beads.
Right.
And I've only stitched 170 stitches on her so far. She needs more. I brought her hair down. That's what I did.
That fabric
I was going to work on
gorgeous.
her face, but the first color I wanted to stitch, I didn't have it in the thing, because of course you don't. So
That's amazing fabric.
it is. She's going to look pretty on it.
Yep.
And last but not least, I divided a project into 12 parts to try to finish the darn thing, because it is my nemesis. And that is the Mythical Creatures Stitch Along from Paine Free Crafts, artwork by Stanley Morrison. This is on 16 count Ren. This is gridded, and it had to be gridded because this is huge. And I stitch a letter. I do all the cross stitch 1 month, and then the next month I do the back stitching, because the back stitching is absolutely brutal. And I am partway through W, which is the Wyvern, and I have stitched 904 stitches so far.
Look
it's
at the
still in the hoop.
Wyvern.
Yes.
Those are deceptively detailed, people.
They're deceptively, I want to pull my hair out.
But you're almost done.
I know. I'm aware. I actually am going to reward myself when the W gets done. I'm going to pull out all the grid lines above it, all the horizontal ones.
Yeah, you are.
Down to that row, because then I'll just have I just need them for the bottom row, the X, Y, and Z.
Right. Nice.
Oh. All right. So, and that brings my stitch count for 3 weeks.
Woo.
16,785.
Not worthy.
Stop. Just stop.
See? Yeah, it's awesome. That's good, Kate. That's very good. I know, right? Nice. So, yes, I was just going to say hydrate. So, what are your plans for the next little bit?
All right. Well, I'm not done with my categories.
Okay.
So I need to. I'd like to get 1,000 total on my Moth Queen.
Mm-hmm. How far away are you from that?
I've only done 170 stitches on her.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
She needs some love. Also, the category for Stitcher's Choice, I picked Poltergeist Pirates, and that has not come out yet. That needs to come out and get 1,000.
I love Poltergeist Pirates.
Yes. My WIPGO categories, one WIPGO is done. It was my choice, and I chose the Elemental Dragon's Air.
Right.
And I put my stitches in on that. And the other one is my Midnight Hunting Dragon. So I got to pull that out and put 500 stitches in there at least.
Nice.
And I'd like to do more on that. And if I'm going to start in June, I got to grid some fabric.
Yeah, sorry.
And I also need to pick fabric for the Treasure Island Stitch Along from Owl Forest Embroidery. The Stitch Along is free, and release the first part. And I'm usually fairly good about keeping up with Owl Forest Stitch Alongs if I like them.
Mm-hmm.
The last one, the house plants, I didn't do.
Yeah.
I'm not a plant person. Sorry, my husband just poked his head in.
Hi, Todd.
I'm taping. Go away.
Hi, Todd.
No, don't encourage him.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, Todd.
So yeah, I got to pick fabric for that and get
Right.
that started. I don't want to fall too far behind with that, especially
Right.
since we'll talk about that in haul. Yeah, those are my plans.
Excellent. Well, in these last 3 weeks for my plans, I have made some decisions.
Okay.
I have decided two things because
Mm-hmm.
they were both weighing on me, and I was getting stressed out about it. So there are no cross stitch police. There are no people telling you what you have to do. And so I made the decision. I have decided that I am not going to stress about keeping up with WhipGo until after I'm done starting all of my birthday starts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to work on whips and all that kind of stuff after, because I was having a hard time fitting them in to, and I
Mm-hmm.
know the next month or two, especially the end of June, I'll be going home to visit family in Canada because our niece is graduating. And so we're going to go up there, and I'm not going to get a whole lot of stitching done. I learned from the last time that even if I took things that had big holes that I could see in little lighting, I wasn't able to get a ton of stitching done.
Can you
So
bring your portable lamp that you had at StitchCon?
it depends. I was thinking about that lately when we fly home. We started this last time. We're doing it again this time. Is we're not checking any bags, just to make life easier and smoother. But we are going to ship a box of stuff up there because it's cheaper to ship stuff up there than checking in bags and worrying about them getting lost, because lately the airline industry have been having a lot of struggles with stuff like that. So I might pack that in the box that I send up and see if that will help. So yeah, that would help. I still will have to take mill hills or things that have bigger count. I can't do.
No 40 count Verdal.
No, not without
You're
my
gonna
magnifier
cry.
lamp. Not without my magnifying lamp. So there you go. So I know I'm not going to do a ton of stitching, and I've gotten a little behind in my starts for the birthday start-a-thon, and I want to get caught up on those and not have to worry about whips or whip go. So I've decided that unless I feel like I want to work on one of my whip go goals, the obligation to keep up in my mind is now released to October.
Okay.
The other thing I have decided to do was I have a plan. And I've kind of alluded to it in a couple of different earlier videos about a special project that I'm doing, kind of secret in case some of my family may or may not watch this. So I'm not going to get too far into it. I have decided to postpone that until next year.
Okay.
So I've removed those two things that I felt like I had to fit in, and I've put them over here.
It's 100 pounds off your shoulders, isn't it?
It is. It really,
Yeah.
truly is. And because, especially the secret project, nobody knows about it. So if they don't see it at Christmas this year, it's not going to be, oh, surprise. It'll be there next year, and I'll have all year to focus on it instead of trying to cram it in before the end
Mm-hmm.
of, or the 1st of November. So with all of that being said, my plan is to keep on trucking with my new starts. Keep on working on temperature quilt or any other whip that I'd be just like, I would feel like working on that, as so I'm not working on starts, because I've realized through all of this at the halfway point, and I've been thinking about it, that starting all the time is fun, but because all I'm seeing is initial progress, like I found that I like to see a little more progress. So typically in the past when I've started new projects, I would spend a lot more time on them first before I put them away. So only doing like 2 hours or 200 stitches feels a little unfinished to me, which is weird.
Do you know
But
what fixes that?
what's that? Stop starting?
No. Have the goal of every project has to have 1,000 stitches in it and have a new start. You've got to get 1,000 stitches in it.
Well, I mean, from now on, or I should say after this year. Yeah. So my plans are normally it's 2 new starts a week. I'm trying to do 3 so that I get caught up. I'm back on schedule. I've had to read. I've started some things out of my original plan. Like
You've
I've
jumped around out of the order.
jumped around out of order. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Because I realized when I was, hi there, baby. Hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Hey, beautiful girl. She's like,
But she doesn't have earbuds in, so she doesn't hear you.
Oh, I know, right? Well, you're beautiful too, Kate.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You are. What was I going to say? So yeah, my goal for from now until our next filming is just to try and get myself at least caught up. And so this upcoming weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and I'm going to be in Dallas, possibly meeting. And the plan is while my husband is at GameCon, I will be meeting up with our friend Garrett, Coffee Stitcher, and we plan on going to Stitch Niche. So that's going to be fun. And I've got some things that when I was going through my fabric stash, I realized I needed some cream linen in a big enough piece for the start that I had originally planned. But I couldn't do it because I didn't have a piece big enough. So I'm going to be getting that. And so we're going to hang out a little bit. And I'm going to take some stitching with me and hang out in the hotel suite while my husband roams around the GameCon. So there you go. So that's basically what my plan is just to keep on going with the starts. And yeah. I don't have next year when I'm working mostly on whips, I will have stitch count goals for sure. So there you go.
I've been toying with the idea of no new starts for next year.
I believe you. But I mean, you could still, well, it depends on how they do it this year. Next year.
Not legally, not officially
Not in the
with
group? No, okay.
I think I just need to, maybe no new starts for the first 6 months, hardcore.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you haven't started a whole lot this year, though.
I'm not finishing things fast enough.
Yes, ma'am.
Shush.
I'm not saying nothing.
In my perception, I'm not finishing things fast enough. I have so many gigantic projects that just are not getting...
Like, just the amount you've been able to put in Rhiannon alone, like, it's a massive difference. It's just so hard to see because it's full coverage and massive.
3 pages?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I do like my early morning stitching, getting along with the things.
Yeah.
Getting along with the full coverages. Like I said, the Otter's in there right now, but it's only staying in there for till that page is finished and it's coming out of the rotation.
Yep. To give it a good start, and then, yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, itchy. Sorry.
All right. Are we done with plans?
Yes.
All right. Haul.
So I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
So for those of you who are new to this channel, I like to make up songs to introduce this part of our videos. And some of them have been epic. Some of them have been interesting. But as a surprise, longtime viewer, I woke up one morning and I had a song sung to me for to announce haul. So this particular song has been submitted by one of our viewers, and I'm going to sing it to you. Now, I could have just sat here and played it, so you could have heard their voice as they sung it to me, but I chose not to because she basically begged me not to. So I said, okay, I will sing it as a surprise to you. So you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Okay. To the tune of Frere Jacques.
Okay.
Bag of acquisitions, bag of acquisitions. Let's see what you've got. Let's see what you've got. Bags, charts, and floss. Bags, charts, and floss. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's Wegman's bag of acquisitions for you. There you go. Thank you.
Who did it?
Who's your first thought
Laurel.
that it might have done it? Actually, it was not Laurel. It was our friend EJ. EJ, which I thought was apropos because EJ was the first person we told that we were doing this.
Yeah,
and she kept the secret.
Advice.
And we needed some advice and to say, are you sure we... And she was so kind and she kept the secret. And so literally, because I remember we were on Virtual Stitchers and that night I said, I haven't been able to think up a new one for our Wegmans bag of acquisitions. And I'll just have to, repeat or something. Literally the next morning, there was a recorded message straight from EJ saying, I've got a song for you, and proceeded to sing it.
Well done, EJ.
Well
we
done.
encourage anyone that wants to submit a Wegmans Bag of Acquisition song.
Yes, because,
Find Cheryl on Instagram at Blue Nose Stitcher.
Exactly. And I would be happy to sing it on your behalf. She had a cold that day, so she's like, it just sounds so bad. No. So I said, okay. But I wanted to surprise you with that because not only have we been getting questions, we have actually gotten a Wegmans Bag of Acquisition song. So thank you,
That's
EJ.
Hilarious.
Thank you, EJ.
Hilarious. Thank you, EJ.
I just might have to sing
touched.
this every time. I just love it so much. So yes. So go ahead, Kate. Show us what you got.
Oh. I got a stick.
Yay, stick.
Actually, I got a winder from
Nice.
R&R, Kentucky, something. Yeah. So this is a 18-inch winder
Yes.
to put your floss on floss drops. I have the 9-inch, but for full coverage, I like to loop start stuff sometimes. Okay, let me rephrase that. If it's the right count and I want to loop start it, I want this.
Yep.
So I finally got one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Highly recommend. Okay. What else did I get? Okay. So from the Crafty Grimalkin, I got, I don't know, like 5 of these. Bought more floss drops.
Nice.
Little rainbows.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah.
Oh, with the double holes. Nice.
I like the double, well, you'd say triple holes because there's one at the top, but
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Nice.
I like the double holes. Okay. That's later. Fabric of the month. No, not fabric of the month. Friday Night Fight Night.
Ooh.
Sorry for the crinkle. Not sorry. This is 16 count from Bestitch Me. This is ethereal.
Ooh. That's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Woo.
It's good. Very good.
Beautiful.
And I should have played the lottery because I got another piece.
Oh, goodness.
I never get 2 pieces. Somebody must have ducked out. I don't think I was the first one on something.
Regardless.
This is 16 count jellyfish fields.
Ooh, oh, that's so pretty.
Yes. Really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know what I'm going to put on anything? No, don't ask hard questions. Okay, here goes that. All right, now comes my fabric of the month. So I was in just one fabric of the month, and then things happen.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know. So originally I was with the first fabric of the month was Garand Stitch at Garand Stitchery, the Atomic Ranch fabric. Because I've not had Atomic Ranch fabric, and I was like, okay, let me try somebody new.
Right.
This is 16 count Ada, and it doesn't, okay, in the colorway Dune.
Ooh, pretty. Nice.
It's a good neutral.
Yep.
Huh. Maybe for Treasure Island?
Ooh.
I gotta look at my stuff.
Yeah, you do. Nice.
All right, so that's Dune. Why can you never fold it back as nice as they did?
Oh.
And then they decided to have a Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month Club at Garand Stitchery, and I was like, I've never had Fox and Rabbit, and I would like to get some Fox and Rabbit. So this is 16 count Foxy from Fox and Rabbit. And there.
Ooh. That's an interesting fall.
Yeah, good Halloween.
And Halloween, yeah.
So theirs are not, this is like an 18 by 21.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Which I normally don't like to get that because I normally stitch much bigger.
Right.
But I wanted the Fox and Rabbit. Okay. And, all right. Had a package coming from Russia. I ordered Owl Forest threads. So I got the threads for Treasure Island.
Ooh, aren't they pretty?
They're really good.
Pretty, 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 pretty.
But I'm not just going to order one pack of threads to come pay the exorbitant shipping.
No.
No. All right. Yeah, come on. I didn't want to give up. Oh, what a cute little paper bag. What is a cute little paper bag?
It is. I believed you.
I ordered the needle minder, one of the needle minders, so the parrot.
Oh, the parrot. Love it.
For Treasure Island. Because, of course. I ordered, okay, this is the floss pack for the Forest House's mole.
Ooh, those are pretty.
I ordered the Forest House's beaver.
Yeah.
And then I ordered a floss pack for the flying ship.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
So they figured out a way around the whatever it was. If we're still, I'm not sure. It comes through a shipping company, and that's how you get it. But it's like a flat fee of like $35.
Yeah.
So if I was gonna order, I was gonna order.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it all done.
Yeah. So if you look at something and you want to place an Aliforce order at some point, let me know. I'll probably be ordering again in the fall or something.
Yeah. If you do that again, let me know, because I'll probably want to get the threads for cardinals.
Okay. That's on my haul.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
Oh,
so,
no, it's not. Darn it.
Just
Carolyn
joking.
Manning.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
The Carolyn Manning Celtic collection came out. They're not. They're on my phone. That's not going to help. All right, I'm just going to say their names, and you're going to put a picture of them up.
I am? Okay.
You are. So, Danu came out. Bridget came out. Changeling. The Morrigan. Kerninos. And Caradwin.
Got it.
Because all the photos are on my phone, which I'm filming on.
Yeah, you'll have to send those to me, please.
I will.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now I'm done. Sorry.
Okay. Well, if everything had worked out when we originally filmed this, I would have only had one thing in my bag of acquisitions, but things have come in since then. So, we'll start off with the one. I get Fabric of the Month from Be Stitch Me. I get 40 count Verdal. And this month's was Gorgeous Grape.
That's grape. Okay, not pink.
Gorgeous Grape. It is definitely purple.
Okay.
Yep. So I get 40 count Verdal, and it's beautiful. Yeah, now, can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, so then the noise that you just heard are, so they're going to be mowing right behind me, so I apologize.
We're almost done.
I did not know they were coming today. Okay. The other thing that came in was I put in a custom order for bags through Vicky Stitchin button, and I just, I've just started getting bags. I wanted certain projects within my birthday start along to have specific bags, but I wasn't planning on getting a bag for every new start, because that would have been over 100 bags, and that wasn't going to happen. However, between the fabric I had and things that I had, ooh, this is really loud. Can you hear that, Kate? You just see the person go behind me.
I did just see the person go by. No, I can't really hear it. So
okay, good. All right, good. So I bought fabric, and I had fabric in a stash, and I didn't realize how much fabric I had in a stash until I started pulling it out to match fabric I had bought to send to Vicky. And so the original thought of her doing like 3 or 4 for me ballooned. And it ended up being 15. Now, I had...
As that happens,
as
things
that happens, right? And so, So some of the fabrics that you're going to see here are ones that I have purchased. Some of the fabrics are ones that she matched with some in her collection because I wanted them to be used. And through the jigs and the reels, we ended up with 15. Now, not all of these are going to end up with me. One of them is Kate's.
Oh.
Because I'm going to send it to you. I'm not sure if you already have a bag for it or not, but one of them I bought specifically to make for Tidepool.
Ah.
And so one of these is going to be heading your way. So, surprise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because I'm specifically starting Tidepool next month, right around when Kate started Tidepool, when we were at StitchCon Weekend B last year. And that's when Kate and I met in person. And so I wanted to start Tidepool next month around the same time. And I found fabric that I love so much. And I thought this would be an awesome one to get one made for you as well. And here's the fabric.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So I found this, and I also had the water bubbles. It's water bubbles.
Okay.
But I loved this so much that I can't even remember how much of it I got. This is bought in Canada when I was home. And the charm on it for yours is the sea turtle.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this is for you. I can't remember if
Thank
you
you.
already have one for Tidepool, so you don't have to. But I was just like,
Oh no, I've got Tidepool and something, but it's pretty generic. So
we can swap it out. But I just love
Yes.
all the animals, and you and I share a love of the ocean. So there you go. So this one's for Kate.
Thank
But
you.
you're welcome. So she sent me some stickers. The chicken one is going to go to Garrett when I see him next weekend. Sloth on the surfboard. Oop, I got him upside down. There we go. Sloth on the surfboard. There you go. Bigfoot. So she threw those in there. She also had an online sale at one point, and the last of it, she sent the last of the parts for it. She had a scissor fob that has hockey sticks. So I got that because I love hockey. And where did that go? Oh, and my beautiful African ladies needle minder that's going to go on Blueberry. There you go. So then I also, and she threw in a Canadian flag charm. So I'll have to find something to put that on there. And then, so this fabric is some of the fabric I sent to her, and I asked her to make me one of those snap trays. So it's going to be a snap tray.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to get into the bags.
Take a drink, people. Go hydrate. Go pee.
I won't take very long. I'm going to just show them in multiples. The first one is cardinals and poinsettias with a, there you go.
It's a good thing you like Christmas.
I do love Christmas. So this one is fabric that I found, and the interior is fabric that Vicky had.
That's awesome.
Yep. So this one is going to be matched with my Mirabilia Snow Queen. This one is
Nice.
for Snow Queen. Okay, so now we are getting into the ocean portion of the program. So, like I said, I did a matching one for me.
What's your zipper pull?
My zipper pull is the crab.
Okay.
Okay, and then there was enough fabric to do the reverse. So the water bubbles on the outside and these are on the inside.
Nice.
And she found a octopus charm on this one. Because some of these charms I also sent to her as well. So then, whales. I have a number of ocean stuff that I'm about to ready to start. So you're gonna see where all these live. And then there's the blue that I had and I sent to her. So for fishing boats, the one that I started just recently, the fishing boats one's gonna land in this one.
Of course it is.
With the dark blue that I sent in. And this charm is also one that I sent in. It's the
wheel.
The wheel of the fishing boat. Now we're getting into the patriotic portion of our program. I don't stitch a ton of patriotic pieces, but I will be doing, I am a dual citizen between Canada and the United States. And for part of my start along, which you will see in July, there will be one that's Canada-centric and one that's US-centric. And you'll see. So, of course, I had to have Canada maple leaves. And on the inside is words that describe Canada. Glorious and free is from the national anthem.
I was going to be really rude and say, like, non-winning of the Stanley Cup.
I don't know if I like you anymore. Oh gosh. I was holding out hope. But yeah, didn't work out. Okay, so this is the other one. This is fabric that my husband picked out. He really liked this. So this is the outside and then the maple leaves on the inside. So now I have a couple of those. And then for the U.S. portion of the proceedings, I have these stars. And then the stripes are on the inside. I was going for a more rustic-y look. And then this is my fabric again, stars. And then just a nice neutral on the inside. So then the last of them they're maple leaves, but they're more fall. And if you can believe this is fabric that my colorblind husband picked out, which he really liked. So these ones are going to be more for fall. And then a darker version of it on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we did was then we reversed it.
There
we go. And then the last two are, this is a nice variegated red, and then red leaves on the inside. I have a lot of like orange and yellow fall stuff, but I didn't have a lot of red, so I just love this piece so much. Oh my gosh, I love this fabric. With the variegated red on the inside. So that's it. So for the next little bit, I'm going to be matching up. Like I said, not every one of my whips has a project bag. I don't think I'll ever get to that level because I have a lot of whips now and they're still coming.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, so I have increased my bag collection. Excuse me. But like I said, not everyone is going to get a themed bag. But this was something that I had allocated some funds towards when I was putting together this challenge, and I knew that I wanted to get some, and like I said, it just kind of got out of control a little bit. But as far as bag purchases are concerned, I'm pretty much done now for a while. Unless Crab Shack has a sale, and then I'm toast. But yeah, so I wanted a certain size. Vicky Stitch and Button kind of specializes in this size, which is it's a nice size. But on some of the bigger projects that I have, I've had to get bigger bags. But yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you, Vicki, for all your hard work. I know that these take time. She's an excellent seamstress. Her bags are really top quality, and I just want to say thank you for working with me and all of my my bag, or I should say my box of fabric. And I even had some vinyl too, so I sent it all to her and said, if you can use it, use it. If you can't, you can't. And she was able to use a lot of it. So I just want to say thank you to you for to her for all that she did. She sells her bags on her Facebook group if you're interested, and she periodically puts stuff on there. She does needle winders and other things, and I know she's working on like project rolls. She's working on those now too, and she does the snap trays and things like that. But anyways, so thank you. Thanks, Vicki, for my big box of bags. Yes, so there you go. So so that is all of what was in my Wegmans bag this week. There you go.
All right.
Whew.
Yeah, I think we're done.
I think we're done. Because of the holiday weekend and the way things are going, our next video will be 3 weeks from now. So we'll be back on our 2-week schedule again for a little bit.
Them.
For a little bit, and then I'm going on vacation. But we're going to do a special filming of what did we just? Are we gonna say?
Yeah, kits.
Yeah,
kits and kitted.
Kits and kitted. So you can kind of see what we have, kind of waiting in the wings. That's already put together. This isn't not loose patterns or anything like that. It's ones that we have, like we just can go and grab and start if we want to do that. So we thought that would be kind of a fun thing to look through, and you may see some live UFOing. But we're like, oh, these are still in here. So we're going to do that so that we can release that while I am away, because I have no way of filming. Hey, baby.
I know. She's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. We have no way of really filming while I am away. So we're going to do something that's pre-done. And then we'll be back on normal schedule. So anyways, so we have cat sightings. But I think that's it. Hey, beautiful. She has decided that's where she's going to perch.
Yep.
Good thing you're done.
I think I'm done.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Please hit like, subscribe, tell your friends, comment, ask questions, send us a song.
That's a new thing now.
Oh my God. Oh.
It still cracks me up. It still cracks me up. I'll have
well done, EJ.
Well done. So yeah, if you feel like you've got a song that you want to sing, I'll sing it on your behalf. Anyways, with all that being said, thanks guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Happy stitching.